Yeah, yeah. Shit, man, that shit I seen on the internet today. I think all of just be just for clicks and views at this point. Yeah, yeah. Say that, but I ain't nobody never showed no paperwork on Wack to say that he'll inform it. Right. Your audio bad, man. Your audio bad. Yeah, it's going in and out for some reason. Maybe it's me. Let me see. What about now? Maybe I thought me. Yeah, good. I can hear you now. Good. No, it's good right now.
But you
What
working
is it?
with the SBI, if you
What he was? What he?
he said it was a different.
Let me see this shit. Hold on.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm like, man, what the fuck you mean? A rat is a rat. It don't matter if you working with the SBI, if you working with a. No, we not. I was told you a federal informant. I don't care what y'all say. That's different. That ain't informant. That mean that was no snitching and being an informant is different, bro. Hey, if I'm snitching, hey, listen. Let me talk real quick. Snitching and being an informant is different, bro. Being an informant is like you working, bro. You working with a popo, bro. I ain't working with no popo, bro. I ain't working with them. I ain't working with them. No, bro, I was going to jail. I was going to jail.
Now listen. I'm just trying to figure out. Cause White was going hard on him one time, right? One White going real,
Yeah,
real hard. One
man,
time
Wack
he
was going
was going
so
hard.
hard.
He would call. I mean, he was going real hard on him, right? But it looked to me they're laughing at one another like it's all fun and games.
That's the internet shit, man. They bait each other in to keep each other relevant. See, Wack 100 like one of the ultimate trolls, man. Like he beefing with Brick Baby, that's a known informant, and Brick Baby told them folks he told on the motherfucker. It ain't even a secret. You know, people don't understand that about No Jumper. No Jumper platform ain't full of nothing but known informants, man.
Mm-hmm.
Known rats, known gang members that don't told on folks. And they proud of that shit, man, because nowadays people on made telling on motherfuckers the new thing to do. You feel? Because there
Yeah.
ain't been no consequences behind what they doing, man. You know what I mean?
Well,
So Wack like the leader,
that's
but you
going
see
on.
he didn't go to Atlanta.
That shit been going on since me and you was in the street. That shit gonna always be out there. You gotta realize they got the home
Yeah,
field
but
that note, so that's why these youngins gotta realize to get out the game. It ain't no win. They got the home field advantage.
it it really ain't because man, you think about it. You got these motherfuckers out here. If you in the streets, you got to watch out for the motherfuckers in the motherfucking uniforms and the motherfuckers in the same clothes like you, man. And you know what I mean? We didn't have to worry about that. The worst thing is like when me growing up in Nashville, man, we all knew the undercover police because the under police had undercover police cars that looked like each other. Nowadays, these folks riding around in Mercedes and Jaguar, the police. You suddenly be sitting there and the police light your motherfucking ass up and it'd be a Jaguar behind you all minute. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
these folks out here, the police don't even have to work no more because these young motherfuckers out here don't want to go to jail. So they go in there with whoever they feel like that they can tell on to get out of what the situation is. Sometimes they can't tell on a motherfucker to get out of a situation because they in one of them situations that's over. You feel?
Right, 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 right. So you think that set a good example or a bad example with the little Woody situation, the way that the so I mean we know that he's gonna get his money on social media, but I'm saying but the image that is portraying to guys is still out here in the streets. I mean it's a no-win situation because if this is the known thing to do,
No,
how you gonna win in the street
no,
like this? You can't win. It ain't
no.
no way to win.
I
You got to get out.
no. I think what it really just show is that it ain't what it seems like in the streets with now, motherfucker, man. Ain't no loyalty, ain't no respect, ain't no honor in the streets no more. But with Woody, I don't understand why them people publicizing with him telling on known gang members. And I tell you this about gangs, man. Gangs lay and wait and they wait and wait till they can get their man. You feel what I'm saying? And these folks making it seem like, okay, gangs is the toughest motherfucking thing in the world, but then they come back and show you motherfucker the gangs is soft. So if you thinking about getting in the streets, you gotta know all the situation. You gotta know that your homeboy that you call your homeboy might flip on your motherfucker. You gotta know that there is a little Woody in every motherfucking city around the United States and other countries.
Right,
It's always somebody that's willing to either sign up and tell on somebody for no motherfucking reason at all, just to get them out the way, or is somebody gonna be willing to tell on a motherfucker to save themselves from going to prison for the rest of their life? Everybody ain't built like that, but people like when we was growing up, people used to catch rats in the streets. If you thought a motherfucker was telling or somebody came and said, hey man, Casey, such and such rat and woulda wool man dude in jail. It might not be the motherfucker that's related to that person or nothing, but when that motherfucker walking through the dark, somebody take care of that. You feel? Because we didn't let rats run our motherfucking streets. These folks let the rats, like you say, they don't took over so many of them. They don't infested every fucking city to the point where it's more rats and coward motherfuckers than it is real motherfuckers because you got so many fake motherfuckers dressing up like it's Halloween, acting like they real. You can't pick the real ones. It's just like the motherfuckers that call themselves, men. But then you catch them motherfuckers on live and you question that because they down in Atlanta or they hugged up with different men all day on live. You question that shit. So if you question that shit, you should always question the motherfucker around you because
right, right. And do you think Young Thug plea deal was a good deal?
online talking about Young Thug should have did. No, he shouldn't have, man. People don't realize that everything, all the evidence that could prove, fuck the murder charges, that wasn't nothing. They're dealing with Thug, but Thug had drugs, guns. He had all type of shit that was in his house, man. That's what people don't understand. That was his house. Nobody else claimed it was in that house. Guess who gonna get it's yours. You feel me?
Yeah.
7, 8 motherfucking guns with switches. We talking about 30, 40 bottles of lean. And them folks charged that man with individual charges. They didn't just get the 30 bottles of lean and say that's one charge of codeine. They charged him with each motherfucking bottle and charged him like a resale.
Or
You
he
feel
had,
what I'm
he had
saying?
lean in his case?
Man, you didn't see that shit. He had man, he had meth, lean. They found all this in his house. Weed, man, they found all this shit in that man's house, man. You feel me? So when you think about it, everything was found in his house, and they said the only reason that they didn't find Yak Gotti guilty of one of the convicted white. So they didn't even catch on the property where none of the hammers was at in the house. So they that charge. So
Mm-hmm.
Young Thug couldn't be the charge that was in his domain. You know what I mean? That house in his name. It ain't like it was a trap house. Young Thug, yeah, I think that
You think they would have found him guilty?
they would have found guilty because
But how? Listen,
I
I got
don't
a
care.
question for you. How they gonna find him guilty, and he's supposed to be in the game? And if they find the other two dudes not guilty, how they gonna find the one person guilty by himself of running the game?
At the end of their closing statement. At the same time, the jury was looking at the two and like, why should we hold them two accountable for everything? Why should we hold them folks accountable for shit that was in Young Thug's house and Young Thug's not here no more? You feel what I'm saying? So them folk were looking at the bigger picture like, we can't find these two people guilty of things that they didn't have nothing to do with.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't their house. You feel me? So that's the reason why they didn't get found guilty of nothing in the house because it wasn't their house. They was visitors. You walk into a person's house, you don't assume that they got a machine gun sitting by the front door. You walk in a motherfucker house, you don't assume that you go in the kitchen and there's 45 bottles of lean in the cabinet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what their whole thought was about the whole situation. That's why the jury did what they did. But if Young Thug would have been still sitting in that box, there'd have been a whole different verdict. I guarantee you. I guarantee they'd have found them folk guilty of the gang charges. They'd have found them folk guilty of every motherfucking thing but except the murder case, because the murder cases was kind of watered down. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't have really no physical, no kind of evidence to point, but Lil D told him that Shannon Steelway confessed to him. You know, that's about all.
Yeah. 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 Hey, what you think about that Jay-Z case, man?
Man, I tell you this, Jay-Z and any other person on this earth got the ability to do some wicked shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's like I was talking about Stephen Smith. You know I think he was an NBA commentator. He's some kind of commentator. He online damn near crying, talking about I've been knowing Jay Z for
Oh,
25
you talking
years.
about
I don't see
Stephen A. Smith
huh?
at ESPN?
Yes, Stephen A. Smith. I told him I'm like, how the fuck can you say what another human being is capable of doing unless you walking around with that individual every fucking second of the day? You online ready to put your reputation up, talking about what another man done done. You don't know
Right.
what that man done. It's shit that that man's wife don't even know he on done. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, for
So how
sure.
the fuck you gonna go online and start crying, talking about Jay Z ain't done this, and people? I want people to start thinking about. You might want to wait till the evidence come out, because it might be a videotape somewhere showing what this young girl's saying. Because what I looked at and what I went over online is Tony Bozak, the lawyer for the person that the plaintiff, the one that filed this lawsuit against P. Diddy and Jay-Z. Dude is not some bullshit ass Amalek chasing ass lawyer. His motherfucking win rate is in the billions. And he don't representing people on criminal federal cases and he is in the win column. So I can't believe that dude just came out there and put his reputation online and ain't got the evidence to back up what that girl's saying. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
He
But
gave
I got a question for you. If the girl was how long ago this supposed to happen? How many years ago?
this was in 2000 at
So
the
2000.
MTA. She was
So that's
13. Beyonce,
4 years ago.
that was 20 years ago. Jay Z was 35 years old
And now
because
if
he's
it's
55. He fit
that's 24 years ago.
Jay Z. I know that's what I'm saying. Jay Z is 55 years old. She was 13. Jay Z was 30.
Okay. I got a
He
question
was
for you.
30 years old.
How the hell is a 13-year-old inside of a party with Jay-Z and P. Diddy? How do the 13-year-old get inside a place like that?
Well, let me tell you that it was at a MTV Music Award backstage type situation. People thinking it like it was a P Diddy party, but it was like a after party of the MTV Awards. And in 2000, BET and MTV Awards was like the hottest thing out. You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
You
right, right,
had kids. You had it wasn't nothing rare because you got a lot of kids singers. You had
right.
Justin Bieber that was still a fucking child. He was performing there. So of course you had a lot of underage kids that was there. Now how the fuck did the underage 13-year-old get in a situation where she was around them with grown folk? I can't tell you. What she was alleging is that somebody gave her a drink. She woke up in a hotel room and they sexual assaulted her. Says she woke up and Jay Z was sexual assaulting her, and then P Diddy came and he sexual assaulted her, and then they say in the paperwork in the documents, it said that a celebrity, a female celebrity, actually was sitting there while these two did that. And you got to think like Beyonce was 16 then, so I'm not even putting her in the category. But you have to know that Jay Z, and then P Diddy was in a relationship with Jennifer Lopez in 2000. Mary J. Blige was on P Diddy's side by side, his
But,
Bonnie and Clyde in
but
2000. And a
why
lot of things on came
24,
out about both of them, man.
why would you wait 24 years to say, hey man, that shit just sounds suspicious, man.
No, because you gotta think something, bro. Can't nobody ever say when it's time for a victim to come out with their story because sometimes it takes people longer than to heal.
Right.
Sometimes it takes people to get up the courage when it's already motion out here fighting for their rights. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people out here that them people, a lot of rich people on did shit too that didn't blackmail them, didn't ask for no money. They just went on about their business and kept their shame. You feel what I'm saying?
Now you right about
But
that now.
I'm just saying, so that's why I be telling people, man, you can't never just say that the victim is wrong until it's over with, especially when you talking about a sexual assault of a child. Now, if it was some video vixen type ass gal or some shit, then I have a question. But
Right.
we talking about a 13-year-old child, and and then you got to start putting the facts together and say, you have a lawyer that his whole reputation of damn near 50 years has been standing on big boy business, and his winning rate as a federal motherfucking criminal defense attorney and a uh, state level defense attorney and a civil attorney. Dude is in the William column, man. Dude got, and it ain't really about money because dude net worth is worth way more than Jay Z and Beyonce both together.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't about money. It's all about his reputation. And you think that lawyer would put his reputation on the line if he didn't have the evidence to back it up? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Know
I
this right
can't
here, man.
see it. Don't believe it.
That's gonna fuck it. That's gonna mess his brand up. I know that. You know.
And then Jay Z went on. Like I think about all the celebrities that ever been accused of being a sexual predator or doing something to someone. The first thing they always holler out, "I ain't do it." They
But,
always say they didn't do it. Kobe
but you know what,
Bryant said
Chris?
he didn't do it.
Let's keep it 1,000. The music industry, that's all it sells is sex.
Of course,
That's all it
of
sells.
course. But see,
Even when we was coming
but
up,
you got to,
the music industry had that shit going on.
but you got to know when. You got to know, even if you in that life, you got to know when going too far is going too far.
You damn sure right
You
about
feel me?
that.
You know what I mean? That's just point blank period. You can get caught up in the fame and fortune, but when them folks start doing some sinful shit that can end you in the penitentiary or put you in a situation where somebody 30, 40 years later come back and say, he didn't do nothing to me, but he didn't do nothing to stop. That's the big point about Cat Williams, man. That's why I don't respect Cat Williams or Jaguar Wright. Because them folk didn't come out and tell the story about the horrible thing that they seen at these Diddy parties until it was beneficial to them. They didn't come out, they didn't go to CPW and say, man, look, this we think some kids were getting molested up in Sean Combs' mansion over here at such and such. They didn't go up in that motherfucker with 1,000 parents with them hammers talking about y'all sick motherfuckers for the pay. They didn't do none of that, man. Them folks sit back, waited. You got to think. They waited 30, 40 years to tell the truth. So if you got
Right.
motherfuckers that was actually there wait 30, 40 years to tell the truth and be joking about it, a lot of them folks telling their story now is because the statute of limitation on ran out on some of the crimes that they don't commit. They don't commit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want it's motherfuckers always want to tell shit when it's convenient for them, bro. You know what I mean? Because Jamie Foxx coming out now, you see that he did a Netflix series last night, right? It
What
came out on Netflix.
what it was about?
It, It was about P. Diddy. It really wasn't them folks. Jamie Foxx really ain't no funny motherfucker, but his whole special was literally he came at that motherfucker and joked about being at the Diddy parties, and he said the same thing all the other cow motherfuckers say. Oh, I left soon as this started happening. I left soon as this started happening. He was just on stage just joking about Diddy, talking about people say he was a clone and this and that. But it's been allegations against Jamie Foxx for sexual assault. You know what I mean?
Man,
So
that in the music
Jamie,
in
I
the
think,
music industry, that shit is in Hollywood. That shit is
oh
everywhere.
man,
And that shit is just part of their culture, man.
it's common. It's common, but see, they never in life thought that it was gonna come to spotlight like it is now, man. And the only reason that a lot of them folks' sins is coming out to the public eye is because of the internet. We didn't have the internet back in the day. We had motherfucking pedophiles and sick motherfuckers in the world that probably was like Quincy Williams, and we had a Michael Jackson. We had all the same type of shit, but it wasn't no internet. It wasn't no internet. Only
Hmm.
thing we had was when motherfuckers watched the news and other people gossiped about it. Now you got the internet where if Michael Jackson was to go on trial right now, Michael Jackson had to be in penitentiary. He would have been because it would have been so many people showing all the things that actually happened in that case and showing more victims than it really was. And Jay-Z trying to force them folks to show that girl face and show her name so he can hope that the world make her feel like shit and don't want to testify against him. But that ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse for him. But the judge denied that shit. The judge said you filed a lawsuit under John Doe on her. So why she can't find a Jane Doe on you?
Man,
Because
this
the
what I think.
conviction.
I think that because P. Diddy and Jay-Z is so close related, meaning Jay-Z name cap been coming up with P. Diddy, they had to find a
Yeah,
way to disassociate themselves with him also. Because it's bad
of
for
course.
business.
Of course. So
It's bad.
somebody,
That's what I really
see,
think it is, man. It's just bad
I
press.
think,
P. Diddy got all this bad press, and every time they mention his name, they mention Jay-Z name. So it's bad press for him too. So you got
yeah,
all
of
these
course.
big businesses that he's doing business with. They have to find a way to alleviate that. And how can they do that?
But
Go ahead and get him all the way out the way. Assault his
all
character.
the way. Yeah.
You get
Because
what
the
I'm
thing,
saying?
I tell you this, if a
It's big
person,
business, bro. It's called big
if a
business.
person, look, if a person assassinates your brand, you see Jay Z his whole thing is his brand.
Right.
So when them folk came out with that shit on TMZ and the world news, that killed his brand, bro. That took everything. No matter what, if Jay Z settled this case with them, this gonna end up in a criminal situation regardless, man. Because that's what these folks want. If you can get a criminal conviction before you get a civil conviction, you guaranteed a big old bag. Them folks
Right.
want that bag. He worth 2 point some billion dollars, him and his wife together. So in his assets, he's probably worth 1 billion. Them folk want that 1 billion and some more. You know what I mean? I don't know what the number, what the demand number is. Cause see, you remember he went online, he was screaming out, he tried to extort me, he sent me a demand letter. He was trying to play the game that the public don't know what a demand letter is. Anytime that you in any kind of civil situation with a car wreck or anything, a lawyer send you a demand letter. That demand letter gonna be public record. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dude in that demand letter didn't do nothing but tell you see Jay Z didn't show the amount. He didn't show the amount dude asked for. Dude might have asked Jay Z for $20 million. If Jay Z could have, my opinion, my opinion, Dude got more problems than $20 million would have been worth. You feel?
Yeah.
And if he done what this girl said he done, and she can prove it, man, dude gonna spend the rest of his life in the penitentiary. Cause Jay-Z 55 years old, bro. They give
No,
him
I
a
don't think
10 or 15. They give
all
him a 10, he done.
civil case, man. It ain't no criminal case yet. It's a civil joint.
Yeah, but any civil case gonna turn into a criminal case when you talking about someone sexual assault you. You
You
talking about
might,
somebody that raped you. You
but
and
I know
then
that.
that mean you gotta have evidence. So this little girl might still have the same panties from that day with one of these motherfuckers coming. We seen it with Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton. Monica Lewinsky didn't take her dress and go throw it away. She put that motherfucker in a Ziploc bag and waited till the day she can get some money off of it.
Yeah,
Did somebody took that day? We don't know. We know for a fact that she got something, and it's got to be laid out in evidence, no matter if it's a civil case for the public to see. That yeah, that they feel like it's real evidence, and they gonna run.
yeah. You, it makes sense because she put the evidence out in the civil case, and then it goes to a criminal case. The public gonna already know what's kind of going on. There's no way he gonna get a fair trial after that. I mean, when you look at it, because like right now, any type of business that he was doing with them liquor companies and all that, they got to disassociate themselves with him.
They got to because you got to look at it like this, man.
And if he pay it off, if even if he pay it off, it look bad. If he pay it off, it look bad, and it look bad. Even if he beat it, it look bad.
Yeah, he in a lose situation, bro. You know, and you got a better than bouncing back like a Robert Blake and like you remember Robert Blake killed his wife. You know what I mean? Child.
Yeah,
You are doing something so heinous to a child, ain't no bouncing back. Ain't no brand gonna ever. Mike Tyson is a sex offender. Mike Tyson can't go
yeah,
to
but it done
schools and
came out
talk
that
to
that
kids.
girl was lying, man. That girl was lying on Mike, man.
No, no, no,
Man,
no, no.
everybody said that girl was lying on Mike, man. That girl lied on Mike, man. Man, that girl lied on Mike, man.
And then you
Yeah,
got to think about it. Mike was married to Robin Gibbons, right?
man, that girl lied on Mike, man. It's evidence that that girl lied on Mike, man.
I mean, what about Robin Gibbons, his ex-wife?
He wasn't with
You remember his ex-wife, Robin Gibbons?
he wasn't
No,
with her
but you
no more.
remember his ex-wife, but I'm talking about you know what happened in their relationship, right? Mike was kicking her motherfucking ass. Mike was biting on her. Them folks had all the physical evidence that Mike was doing that, man. Mike was one of them young motherfuckers, and you know this too, man. We used to watch Mike come out there in that ring at 18, 19 years old, and he had that hood in it. And he had plenty. Mike had $1 million. Mike had a swag like a motherfucker then. You couldn't tell. And Mike Tyson always been an arrogant motherfucker. So you can't tell me Mike Tyson didn't get in one of the rooms with that beauty queen and she told him no. And
He
he
was on
didn't
that
say,
raw
bitch,
back then.
because that,
He was snorting
yeah,
raw
because
back
you
then
got to,
too.
that's what I'm saying. He was out of control. Look, bro, you got to think, ain't no motherfucker, I don't care who you are. I might plead guilty to a murder charge because it saved me some time, but I ain't finna plead guilty to taking no motherfucking cat. And I sure ain't gonna plead guilty to doing nothing to no motherfucking child. You
Right.
feel me? But they
For
did.
sure,
But
for
they
sure.
did. You know what I mean? But they did. Mike Tyson played. You
Man,
can't say Mike.
that girl wasn't no teenager, man. That girl was grown, man.
No, she was. I never said she was a teenager, bro. She was a beauty
I don't
queen. The
think he
one
took
that
it, man.
Mike.
I don't think, man, she ain't take that, man. He probably was a little rough with her.
I.
Probably was a
But
little rough
that's
with her.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But see, he was rough enough. You know what I mean? But that's the thing about it. Mike wasn't charged with like penetration of rape. Mike was charged with sodomizing, meaning that he literally like he might have just stuck his fingers up in there and been rough like that. Mike didn't
Yeah.
get charged with actual rape. He didn't plead guilty for actual rape. But you got to look at it. Mike Tyson brand ain't shit no more after that, bro.
No,
Because
man.
to have a,
Mike
cause
done
to have a
build his statue back up, bro.
guess how, but I'm saying he ain't built it up like he should, bro.
He ain't
Mike
no
Tyson brand
but
should
he has built his brand outside of boxing.
like
Outside
what?
of boxing,
So
Mike Tyson is still a
what
brand.
Mike got? What he got beside what Mike
He just
ain't
made 20.
sponsoring no
He just made 20
that ain't
million
shit.
dancing around with that white boy.
He $32 million in debt, bro. Check it online. He $32 million in debt.
No,
Mike
man.
said his.
Over
Get
that.
what Mike said. Get what Mike said when before he fought in the interview. He said that $20 million will get him out of debt. That's what Mike said. Mike said that should have make him clear. Mike Tyson ain't got no big boy brands. He ain't sponsored by no motherfucking companies, bro. He ain't on no
He
weed
boxing.
boxes. But I'm saying it don't matter. You got a Vander Holyfield. He ain't boxing no more, but he still got big boy brands. You got George Foreman. He got them. He ain't boxing no more. He got big boy brand still sponsoring him. It ain't about if you was a legend, bro, in any sport, you a legend, you always gonna have sponsors, bro. Like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan ain't playing no basketball, but he still got sponsors.
But his brand was
You feel what
already
I'm saying?
before he retired.
They ain't tarnished their brand. That's the difference between them and Mike Tyson. They brand
Right.
ain't been tarnished. When it's just like Jay-Z, man, people gonna be talking about this 30, 40 years from now.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I mean?
his
They
brand
they gonna
up.
be talking about.
It don't make no difference if he win or lose. It's damage, man.
That's what I'm saying. No matter what, if he lose or win, his brand is going because by the time this even get to a trial, everybody in the world been on came up with their own decision about the situation.
Right. Yeah, he said,
And
man,
see,
Mike Tyson got
I
moved
seen that shit. That
and
shit.
state. Mike
Mike
Tyson doing
Tyson.
good, man.
Listen, bro. Mike
Mike ain't
Tyson
take
was in
man.
the.
Mike ain't take no cat, man. I ain't going for
Listen.
that, man. Mike
Let
ain't
me
take no
Google.
cat.
Let me Google
Everybody
Mike.
know
Let me
Mike. He
Google Mike.
probably was a little rough with him. He probably was a little
Oh
rough with him.
no. See,
You know
I
what
ain't
I'm
gonna never
saying? He was a
say.
little rough with him.
But
I don't think he took
no,
it.
but he didn't. He he didn't take it, bro. That's why I was telling you he was charged. He pled guilty to sodomize. He didn't take it. She never said he actually got in there. She's
Hmm.
saying he ripped her clothes off. And from when they saying sodomize and they didn't say penetrate, I'm assuming it was fingers. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mike was on that dope back then, so Mike might have smacked her around like a crackhead. You never know.
Yeah. He
Because
definitely
Mike had that,
all
you
back
know,
there.
come on, man. I seen motherfuckers. I ain't never been around no Mike Tyson type motherfucker, money type motherfucker at that type shit. But I don't been around some arrogant ass niggas when they get around strippers and shit and they piss on one of them and give them $1,000 like they ain't nothing. So imagine if one of them motherfuckers had 30, $40 million. What you think they would do? They a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of
He
people
probably would
think,
trip. Probably would trip.
yeah,
He probably
yeah, a lot of
trip.
motherfuckers power trip, bro. Power trip. That's like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant could have had any woman on this earth, man. Superstar, but he was up in the motherfucking Colorado mountain and he raped that
Man,
white girl.
Kobe ain't take that girl, man. I ain't going for that, man. Kobe ain't do that, bro. That girl came up there
Let,
willingly
let, let, me, let me ask you.
to
Let me ask
get
you a
Kobe
question.
that, man. Come on, man. That man ain't
Yeah,
take
yeah,
that.
she did.
Girl,
She did.
that
But
girl seen
let
a
me ask you
dollar
a
bag.
question.
She seen dollar
But
sign when she seen Kobe.
let me ask you a question. Did Kobe Bryant go on trial? Yes.
Nah, he paid up. He went ahead and paid him.
Kobe Bryant went on trial, bro. They had Kobe Bryant on trial for rape, bro. You don't remember that?
Man, I
Kobe
thought
Bryant went on
he
trial.
went ahead and paid for that, man.
Kobe Bryant went on trial, bro. Let me pull this up, bro. Go, bro.
So did they lock
Kobe
him up?
Bryant rape trial.
They had
Hold
him
up,
with
I'm gonna
criminal
tell you.
charges?
Yeah, man. Kobe
Man,
Bryant
Kobe,
was flying.
man, come on, man.
Look,
Come on, man.
Bryant admitted to sexual encounter with his
Man, come
accuser, but insisted it was consensual. It says accuser refused. Now listen to this right here. He was on trial. He was going back. They had the NBA championship. Kobe was flying back and forth to Colorado to go to trial and go fly back to the NBA
What
championship and
what
play
year this was?
basketball.
What year this was?
Fuck you. I'm reading. I'm gonna tell you. 2020, January the 27th, 2020.
Okay.
And then while he was on trial, the accuser took a lump sum of money and refused, even though they tried to prosecute her for coming to court. She wouldn't come to court, so they ended up dismissing the charges during his trial. I'm reading it right now. I'll be
Yeah,
on that type
take
shit,
that,
bro.
man. He ain't take that,
I'll be
dog.
now he didn't look. That's what they never said. This is what the girl said. She was a the girl worked at the hotel. She was like some little girl that worked at the hotel. She was grown. Kobe Bryant was up there supposed to be doing rehab on his knee. You know what I mean? He supposed to been doing rehab on his knee. So while he was up there, the little white girl, he invited to his room. You feel me? And he had a bad guy, his wife. He was married to Vanessa at the time, but he was up
Right.
there by himself doing his rehab. And he invited into the room. She
Man,
said
that
they
tricking.
got the
You know how I go. He was just tricking.
yeah, and that's what it happened. Like as she said, man, they was just doing what they do. And she said, all of a sudden, she said he bent over the chair instead of going in that cat, he went in that asshole. That's what she said she had a problem with. I swear to God, you got to read the paperwork, man. That was the whole situation, man. He didn't go in the cat. That nigga went straight in that white girl asshole, man. I swear to God. I remember the trial. I remember all that. I was like, damn, Kobe. And then the white girl was ugly than a motherfucker too. You like Kobe, you was up there sick in the Kobe was up in the mountains and he was sick. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
little white girl never denied that she was trying to get Kobe. Kobe was he a nice,
Oh, she hey,
a
hold on.
nice
She
look.
just wasn't expecting that. She wasn't expecting that
Man,
right now.
she wasn't expecting that nigga to run that motherfucking elephant trunk in her asshole. That's what that was. They charged that trick with sodomizing. When them folks throw that sodomized word out there, man, that means somebody went in somebody's asshole. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's for real. Man, these
He
folks,
Chris,
I'll tell you, bro, I be on that shit. See, a lot of that shit died down. And a lot of people forgot about that shit
Keith
because
Christian.
Kobe was dead.
No,
Huh?
I don't know them right there. Sam Christian from Silver Springs. I don't know
I
them.
don't know. I don't know none of them folks. Them somebody that's loyal to your life. Them somebody that somebody subscribe to your YouTube.
Damn, man. But Jay Z them in
But yeah,
trouble, man. I mean, it ain't
oh,
he
they
ain't no
had.
trouble. It's just gonna damage his brand, bro. And when they do this like a purge. They always
He
get rid of
better
charge. They
he
always do
he
that.
better he better hope. He better hope that this just go away. Cause I don't see this going away, bro. Every time you got to think about it, when P. Diddy got sued, he got criminal charges. Howard Weinstein got sued, he got criminal charges. You got Russell Simmons hiding out over in Bala because he got about 30 motherfucking lawsuits against him for sexual assault, boys and girls, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But when he come back to America, they gonna put them hands. That's the difference between Jay-Z and them, man. They here in America. They right here. You think the FBI ain't watching them to make sure that they don't get on no plane? Now that this shit right here came out, if Jay Z was to go to an airport or book a
It started.
private jet, they gonna
Think
arrest his ass.
it started with Puffy. It started with
That's what
Puffy
I'm saying.
with a silver
Them folk
conductor.
go near any, them folk go near any motherfucking plane, they gonna arrest their ass, man. What they might have let their ass sit out here for 3, 4 months. If them folk go towards any airplane, they gonna put them handcuffs on them folks. They gonna do them like
No,
they did Lil Durk. They ain't gonna let them folk get out of jurisdiction and not get a chance to let them motherfucking victims get on. Cause if you heard the New York DA when he was explaining the whole case against Sean Diddy Combs, that man said that they got multiple victims and several video recordings of people being raped and molested. And these folks went and charged P. Diddy with rape of a child, bro. They charged that fool with rape of a child. So
mm-hmm.
if they charged him with rape of a child and it happened at a Diddy party, why you don't believe that rape of a child might not be the same rape of a child case that they gonna put on Jay Z?
You
Might be
right.
the same one.
You
It
could be
might be the same victim. You know what I mean? It might be the but see them, like I know them folks just like they want to tarnish that brand, break him down to where he spent every motherfucking dime he got fighting him. You feel? Cause dude fighting them, he gotta fight them folks, man. He gotta fight. You know what I mean? Cause you're like, and then I tell you another thing people didn't pay attention to. Jay-Z daughter, Blue Ivy, just starred in a new Disney movie. She the voice in the Mustafa movie.
mm-hmm.
Her mama, Beyonce, already played in, a couple of them Lion King movies. The Lion King debut was Monday. They came out with all these allegations Sunday night. They said that pushed the ticket sales down on the Mustafa movie because now you got people like, I'm not gonna take my children to watch no movie because that supports a pedophile. You see
It's,
how they already on, you see how they on stepped in with that brand.
exactly.
No,
Fuck up
even
his
though
brain.
he ain't
That's
man,
how they work. They like
that's
to
how
hit
they
you, and
think.
the government like to hit you in the pocket, man.
That's what it's about, man. And if dude was a billionaire and stayed the fuck out of politics and stayed the fuck out the way, and he wasn't fucking with that NFL shit, because that NFL shit is politics, bro. That's
Mm-hmm.
some real politics type shit. Anytime you talking about $1 billion industry, that's like a Fortune 500,000 motherfucking company. Them folks, a lot of different people. You got a lot of rich people that own them individual companies, and they form together, and they all getting big. So them folks can't link themselves with no shit like this, bro. You can
Right.
believe that certain teams already on call the NFL and told them, man, bro, you got to stop this. I don't want my team jerseys around, dude. I don't want him going talking about NFL and my team in the background.
Immediately.
They out the
Immediately.
walk. You got some teams out there like I don't give a fuck. But you're gonna have some teams out there like I don't want my brand behind, dude, in no kind of program, no nothing.
Yeah, that's
Because
called that bad
and
press. That
they
bad
don't
press.
want to do that. Point
It
blank period.
don't only just hurt his brand, it hurt everybody else along with it. His name
Anybody that
being too
it,
associated with Diddy, man. That's all I think it is. They cap when they mention P. Diddy, they be mentioning Jay-Z. You
but
know?
see, it's a lot of people that they don't mention since they mentioned Jay-Z. They mentioned LeBron James. They mentioned Mary J. Blige. They mentioned Jennifer Lopez. They mentioned Kevin Hart. They mentioned Russell Simmons. They mentioned Quincy Jones. They mentioned a lot of celebrities, bro. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? This is not, and a lot of them folks is the reason why a lot of them people wish they could take back the post they on post on social media years ago about ain't nothing like a Diddy party is because now them folks that was going to them parties really didn't even know how sick Diddy was, bro. They didn't know how twisted and sick he was to the point where them cameras was everywhere. They probably thought that they knew certain cameras, and then you had people that was close to Diddy that they thought they knew everything, but he didn't tell them everything.
Well,
Because
he
even when
up like when them freak off man, they got a spot like that down here in Tampa, man, called Eyes
they
Wide
swinger,
Shut. Where they them
they got
swinger joint, them
swinger
swinger joint.
clubs. Yeah.
Right. So he probably had the house set up like that. But he got
Now they
everybody
said
participating.
Diddy, and no matter what state he was in, he stayed in the same hotel room. And they said every hotel room that Diddy stayed in was wired with cameras and sound. Didn't nobody else stay in them hotel rooms, period. Diddy rented them hotel rooms. They was all penthouses around the United States. And didn't nobody go in them. Didn't nobody rent them out. Only did it. So when these folks went somewhere, Diddy didn't have to bring a camera crew. Diddy didn't have to do nothing but go on his phone and hit the code and cut the cameras on. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of
Yeah.
these, a lot of people don't know this, but that's the oldest trick in the book, how politicians get their way with other politicians. They get them in rooms with little boys and girls and they videotape them folk with their fantasies. And then they blackmail them people into doing what they want them to do. You
Yeah.
feel me? That's the oldest trick in the book, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't no
Oh.
different than, you know what I mean? So, but now you got these folks know that Jay-Z overstepped his motherfucking boundaries. P. Diddy overstepped his motherfucking boundaries when he started fucking with that liquor company. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
He
they get
did.
back at you though. They hit you in the pocket.
That's how they do it. But yeah, bro, man, I always enjoy coming on your platform, bro. But you
Yeah,
got to, motherfucker. That's why
well,
I'm
they
gonna
end
leave it
up
with
with.
this. Yeah, I'm gonna end it with this, bro. You always got to take when a like when you dealing with a child, you got to take with that child and say, man, that child might be telling the truth until it's proven to be a lie.
You're right about
Don't
that.
never, you know what I mean? I might question a prostitute, a grown ass woman that go somewhere on her own willingly, and something happened like with the Kobe Bryant, Mike Tyson. Them was willingly women that went in hotel rooms knowing that what goes on in hotel rooms. But when people start taking children in hotel rooms, it's a motherfucking problem, bro.
Yeah, that's a problem,
And
dog. Then
in
you know
court,
that's,
and I'm gonna say this, man.
but it's a
People
problem.
wanna
It's more than a problem with them. But like you say, you said it happened
because
at the MTV award thing.
in 2000 MTV Awards, and back then MTV Awards was like they used to combine Nickelodeon and the MTV Awards at the same time. So you had a lot of children that was out there. You
Yeah,
had a
you're right.
lot of children,
Bad
and then I
situation.
take yeah because then but a lot of these concerts, like if you say you got a concert nowadays, it don't even matter if it's age appropriate. A lot of these entertainers they'll set a special role in the front for a lot of people that's they fans. Some of they fans, some of these entertainers, even though they raunchy like Sexy Red, and even though they talk about sucking dick and shit like that, a lot of these young kids listen to their music.
Right.
So they get them free tickets to come to their concert with an adult, and an adult come with them and they get to hear the same shit that they heard on the radio. So sometimes that's why Nicki, I think I want to say Nicki Minaj. Is it Nicki Minaj the one that's married to the sex offender? I think yeah, it is Nicki Minaj.
I think so.
Yeah, with the sex offender. See, when she go anywhere, anytime that she have a concert and her husband with her, on the bottom of the ticket is a disclaimer that said that her husband is a registered sex offender that's been convicted of rape. That's on the and it be on Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster put it on the disclaimer, bro. She was mad because Ticketmaster had put it on a disclaimer, warning that if you pay for a meet and greet and come backstage, my husband gonna be back here. But my husband is a predator. Cause dude went to prison for rape. He pled guilty when and went to prison. So it ain't. And then you know what? Dumbass women like Nicki Minaj, she wanna holler out because she fell in love with a rapist. She wanna holler out, oh that girl, he didn't force himself on her. But then you read the documents, bro. The whole case, he confessed to it. He confessed.
Mm-hmm.
He just he just said that it was his girlfriend, but he took it. And we all know just because it's your wife or your girlfriend, if a motherfucker don't want to give you that cat, it's over with. I don't give a fuck if she is married to you and you pay the mortgage. She say you can't have that pussy, it's over with. You feel me?
It's over with. It going
It's
lay over.
over with.
It gonna get. It gonna
Yeah,
get over somewhere else. Then
man. Because if you take it, they gonna charge your ass with spicer rate. And
for
if you're
sure.
taking it as your girlfriend, they gonna charge your ass with regular rate.
Yeah,
You
they still
feel
gonna
me?
hit across the head. They gonna serve you them papers.
Man, and and I'll tell you this, man, there's some motherfuckers out in this world that believe that they pay a female bills. That bitch better not say she ain't gonna give him that pussy. You feel? That's
Yeah.
the way them stupid motherfuckers feel. Still is going like, man, damn, all right, you ain't gonna give it to me. All right, I'll go take this 200-300 and go somewhere else. You
Yeah.
feel me? Just don't be mad when I don't pay your bills and I find another bitch to pay her bills. You feel me?
Right. For sure.
Cause it's always gonna be some bitch that want a nigga to pay her bills and she wanna lay back and go get her nails done and drive nice cars. And only thing she gotta do is bend over every once in a while when a nigga feel freaky. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. 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 Right.
But yeah, just hit me up and we'll set a time and a day, bro. You ain't got nothing, just hit me up.
All right. Bet. Out of here.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it.
You are.